everybody.
hugger. I'm not the office
Hey,
hugger.
everybody, you're safe around Ethan, because when I'm like, up top, Ethan, give me an old high five, he's like, he kind of do, and he'll kind of go, he'll do the high five, and I'll go, come on. But see, here's the thing is that I'm the same way, where I guess because you and I have watched the same sexual harassment videos at work, that we have looked at and gone, this is crazy. This isn't how people really act. And then I go, wait a minute. We're starting to hear now that this is how people acted. The videos that we looked at and went, okay, are people really talking like that? And we would have a little chuckle. The reason we chuckled was because we don't act like that. And the people maybe who were sitting in that same training with us were like, I need to kind of rein myself in here a little bit.
Listen to me here on this, because hugging, there is an appropriate social context to hugging, even at work. Between genders, hugging, there are situations where it's totally, totally fine.
Hey, it's my last day today. There you go.
I've had a real hard time. Morning, you'll have coworkers that come in and,
sure.
Hugging is a thing that happens, and it's cool. It's good. It's great. But you've got to look at yourself. Why are you hugging this person?
Okay.
Are you hugging this person
I agree.
because of an established convention and you are observing it right now and it's important? Or are you hugging this because you're about to embrace a woman 20 years you're younger that is not your wife? So, and if that's...
And you're trying to figure out where the line is, or you're trying to really kind of... Yeah.
If that's the thing that's in your mind, you know what? You can wish them well at arm's length. You totally can, because you've got to understand why you're doing the things you're doing. And similarly with meetings, okay? A lot of business happens in the office. A lot of business happens outside the office, right? I was at a dinner meeting last week.
Right.
And
lots of side hugs. You're kind of the side hug guy.
It was a business thing, but It was after work. That happens. There's an appropriate context for that. But if you are scheduling a meeting with a woman for after hours, wherever, you got to ask yourself, is this necessary? Is this a necessary part? Or am I trying to start some kind of weird relationship?
Look, here's the thing too.
And if you and if it's not absolutely necessary, don't do it, because otherwise you're trying to just get in her presence in a way that is being dishonest. You need to communicate. You need to say, hey, I understand we're colleagues, but I'd also like to try going out on a date. You can do that. It's dangerous with coworkers, because if it goes bad, it can be awkward around work, but it's okay. You can ask coworkers out on a date. What's inappropriate is saying, hey, let's meet at this restaurant to talk about this project, and then trying to turn it into a date. That's the problem.
Yeah,
is you've got to understand why you're doing what you're doing.
It is, if you've ever been
I really firmly believe this.
If you've ever been on a work trip, and if you've ever been in a situation where, what's weird, I say weird because it's just not something that happens all the time. You go on these trips and you're interacting with people outside of normal work hours, outside of the state, maybe in a hotel, whatever. And for the most part, I only am interacting with a lot of the other guys in the office who are traveling, maybe for other sporting events or whatever.
Yeah.
And on our RV trip, they're not making an RV trip where another female coworker is going to go with us. Okay.
Well, because
just from the stench, just from no one.
You guys don't shower nearly enough.
I know. So, but here's the deal. But here's the real deal. Here's somebody who you and I both really love to get her perspective on this, is Amy Donaldson.
Right.
Because she not only straddles that line of being a really good coworker, an awesome she's a great sports writer, by the way, and she has to live in that world that sometimes is taken over by dudes.
Yeah.
And has had things said to her in locker rooms.
She has crazy experience.
Crazy stuff. And when I listen to her stuff, I'm mortified for her. And you know what she'll say? Don't be mortified for me. Look, I'm a big girl. I know how to handle myself. And you know what I do? I tell people, here's the line. And that's what I do like too, is that when somebody can say, hey, here's the line, it will so many times douse a fire before anything can happen, because
you're right.
And you know what? It's not, the unfortunate thing is it's not the responsibility of that person to nip that in the bud. I will say that there are so many guys, Ethan, that you've sort of mentioned that thing where they say, hey, I'm going to just blur these lines a tiny bit. It's going to start here. It's going to start, in a post-work party or whatever.
I really wanted to be my girlfriend, so I'm going to try and talk to her about work.
But like you were saying, putting the arm around somebody, and the thing is that people do think about those things, and they turn into something where you and I have seen people let go or get into situations here in our office before where you go, you know what? That person took this blurred line thing way too far and it got out of hand.
You mentioned the communication, saying where the line is, and different people are going to be more successful in personal interactions at, stepping out and saying, this is what I do and this is what I don't do. But I read an article just this week where Jennifer, who's a famous actress
Love Hewitt
right now, she was on Hunger Games.
Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence
just say J-Law.
Said that she learned an important thing from Oprah when Oprah told her that we teach people how to treat ourselves. And I think that what's happening right now,
we teach people how to treat us. Is that what you think?
Across society, how to treat us.
Yeah.
Across society, I think women are teaching men how to treat them.
Yeah.
And I think we have to listen. We have to pay attention, because we can either learn how to do this or not learn how to do it. We can either be part of a better America or we can be part of the past problems.